Hi Heather, Friday, October the 2nd, another sunny day with a bit of haze on Vancouver Island. Just a quick one today, and as always we'll have, I'll put some links into the description section. What do you think of Zara Rahim's tweet about on learning that Trump and his wife have contacted the Wuhan Waltz? What did you say? I hope he dies. Shows the character of this lady. It certainly does. It makes one wonder, why would anyone want a person of that character involved in any public work at all? Good question. Oh, maybe you like her statement. Maybe you think well, anybody who likes her statement, you better give your head a shake. I mean, that's sort of stupid. If you want to be in public service and you make those kind of statements, and you dance gleefully when you hope somebody dies, that is not a North American thing. Simply straight and simple. What have I got else today? Well, folks have been asking me about the debate between Trump and Biden, and there's enough comment made in that, I think. Obviously it was a shit show, and I think a lot of the talking heads and the pundits' response to it fall into that same category. No matter what you think of Trump, you've got to think that he has this uncanny ability to sense what's happening and to take action. A lot of people don't have that ability. It's like if your house is engulfed in flames, you don't sit on the couch and try to figure out how it happened or why it happened. You know what happened and get your butt out of the house is the idea. And when I sort of thought about the debate, listened to it and watched it, and it wasn't all that impressive, was it? But as you saw what Chris Wallace, and this guy is certainly not his father, if you've ever watched his father interview people, or Chris Wallace is not his father. But you quickly got the feeling that he had a sense of being a big part, maybe the hero of the whole thing. And I think Trump picked that up fairly quickly. And, when you realize you're being set up, I suppose the best action, you can't run away, in that particular case, is to just go on the offensive. Better to have a shit show than being left as the patsy. But enough of that one. Everybody has their own opinions on that debate, and it's sort of, again. Got an interesting link to George Gammon. Will the economy ever recover? And this is interesting because he's showing, see, right now we know, we see what's happening, we don't have all the details, so how do we react to this sort of thing? And Gammon is giving some really good information of how this is happening, where we're going with this. It's part one. He's got another part. If he's finished with that, I'll also include it in. If not, I'll add that into tomorrow. I also have T-Rex, Rex Reviews. Now I found this really good. There's a book called The Price of Tomorrow. The Price We're Paying for Tomorrow. And when you really sit down, and this isn't what's in the book, but that title sort of reminds me the price of today. Now, what are people tomorrow going to be paying for the price of today? And what are we today paying for tomorrow? Well, of course, when you really look at it, not only has the Western world, the economy sort of in the toilet, gone, we have lost a lot, through the years, a lot of freedoms, a lot of rights. We have sort of been boxed in. We have sort of just really have lost a lot of things that we would have thought as we were growing up were just sort of a given, that we had those freedoms and those rights. So Rex addresses that in a questionnaire form. Sort of interesting. For the faint of heart, maybe you won't want to watch that, but it's interesting. Also have a good link from Dr. Chris Martenson. And way back in January, I started reading his writings and his thought, and listening, watching his videos, listening to some of his thoughts. And it was quite intriguing. It's sort of, because I sort of felt the same way. And this is a fellow with goes on data and on detail, and doesn't surmise. But when the data and detail change, he's able to change his mind and his opinion and flow with that. A lot of people can't do that. They dogmatically just lock in where they were and they never change. So you really respect somebody who looks at the information and bases that on fact and changes with that. So that one's really good. And the other one we have is the Duran. They're talking about the Wuhan Waltz and the president and his wife and one of their chief of staffs and that sort of thing. So I guess that's all for Friday. Take care. Here's to a great weekend. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.